Wow. Welcome back, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for coming down. How you been? Thanks for your patience. What I said was we're back and we're earlier than ever. We're back and earlier than I've ever been since the 2023 streaming afternoons. So, hey, Mari, that's not fair. I'm trying my... Oh, come on, Mari. There's like so many moving parts. It's one little moving bit. That's so crazy. Mari, how you going? Good to see you. Faith and Size, what's cooking? Thanks for coming down, brother. Dubdino, what's good, Dubdino? Beanie, thank you so much for the resub. Beanie, honestly, most interesting jluv character. Thank you, Beanie. Thank you for the 15 months of TL1. You resubbed for 2 months. Thank you, King. Appreciate the support. A purpose of nothing. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you didn't die while you were waiting for me to actually come on to the screen while we were loading there. Tony, what's good? How you been, Tony? Haven't spoken to you in a while. Tony, you still gaming? Guy from a crowd, what's good? I gotcha. Howdy. Bren, as always, thanks for coming down, King. What's good? Catback, how you going, big fella? Hope life's good. Nah, I'm going good, man. Life's good. Life is good. A little bit worn out. A little bit sad, actually. I was watching some old VODs. I was watching the Elden Ring streams from years ago, and it made me feel old. I don't know why I have bags under my eyes. Why do I have fucking bags, dude? If I didn't have the bags under my eyes, I'd feel so much better about life. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the worst thing plaguing me right now, then life's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? If that's like my biggest issue is like something that's vain, then life's pretty good. I just don't like projecting tired. You know what I'm saying? I found official One Piece cosplay ducks gachapon yesterday. I'm coking. You know, grey hair, I'm fine with grey hair. I fuck with grey hair. It's more like, it's not so much like a getting old thing. It's more like how long it's been since, how much time has passed. You know what I'm saying? Grey hairs give daddy, Daniil? They do give daddy. It's like, damn, it was really 3 years ago that I was doing that. That's what it is. It's like, wow, it's really been 3 years since that. You know what I'm saying? And it leaves me feeling some kind of way. Like, it leaves me feeling a bit odd. Just Jack, good to see you, King. You died while waiting? What time is it over there? On pain med makes forget the past. Look, aging is part of life. Getting old is part of life. Time will pass. I have a fondness for the yesteryears, you know what I'm saying? But also an appreciation of these years. Since becoming a dad, my life feels like it's on fast forward. I do get that sometimes when I look at Sigma, how quickly time has passed. I've been doing this thing where I try to film him as much as possible when we have like family events or like when we go places. And I realized I hadn't filmed him for like maybe like 2 months. And I was like, damn, so much has changed since the last time I filmed you out. In just 2 months. It's really crazy. What sucks is being in your 30s and suddenly having health issues that cause you to lose hair and everyone thinks you're going bald. But in reality, you have terrible skin that causes you to rip your hair out in frustration. You're literally ripping your hair out? My brother, relax. Chill. Well, I take photos all the time, but we like video because we get to see vids. You know, we get to see movement. Meme Seeks, what's cooking? Gonna watch the VOD tomorrow morning, just dropping in to send you positive vibes. You've been doing great in Elden Ring and I've been loving the streams. Hey man, thank you. I was hoping you were lurking out there somewhere. I was going to actually say, in this stream, Meme Six, if you're watching, drop a comment. I hope you've noticed that I've moved all the VODs back to the original streams channel, which has been doing pretty well. So if you are not up to date, with current jluv happenings. All my VODs go on the okJLUV streams channel, which is almost up to date. I've almost streamlined the process. I think there's like there's probably like 5 VODs I got to catch up on. There's one more Silent Hill stream, the end of Silent Hill 2. There are 2 Legends Arceus streams. There is it's only 4. And then there is the reacting to Ludwig, opening up all the Pokemon packs ever. And then the next stream will be Elden Ring. This one today. Which we may split into 2 because we're going to talk about... We're going to do a little bit of Pokemon stuff to start. And then we're going to jump back into Elden Ring. But Meme6, I hope your leg is going okay. I hope the recovery process is going smoothly. Usually about now is when it starts to get a little bit... Feels like it's getting a little bit better. Maybe the pain subsided. Hopefully you're doing good, dude. I appreciate you, as always, watching and tuning in. There was something that I was about to turn around and do. Why was I turning around? I was about to turn around and get something from over here. What was I going to get? What was he cooking? VODs are my favorite working from home background noise. Let's fucking go. That's what we want. Ampharos. That's it. That is why I was turning around. Somebody asked to see Ampharos. Who was it? Was it Mari? It was Mari. Mari, I got you. I love this figure. I wish I'd bought the others. You're behind in your recovery and on bed rest for another 3 weeks. Bro, what are you doing? I really like this one. The lightning type figure. A lot of dust on this thing. I wonder how much these are now. Because I bought these in like 2020, 2021. Do I not use a cloth to clean it? No, not really. No, I just blow on it. It's clean now. There's a really good Gengar one. I might actually search it up and show it to you guys. Gengar. Okay, Ampharos, Pikachu, Dedenne, Magnemite, Lightning figure. Yeah, that's right. They're called Gem EX. G.E.M.EX Ghost type. What? 12,000 yen. It's sold out. Yeah, it's sold out. For your $700 and fucking dollars. What? $700 fucking dollars. I hate this fucking world, dude. $1,000. It's literally sold out everywhere. I'll show you. Sorry, man. Whoa. This one is really cool. This is the one that I wanted ages ago. But I think it's just like I couldn't get it. Yeah, it came out in 2020. I couldn't get it at the retail price. And so I was just like, oh, whatever. Like, I can't be bothered. And Like I was seeing it on eBay just now for like $1,000, which is just so crazy. But this is sold out. This is how much it was. This is how much I would have paid for like the Vaporeon and the Ampharos. Is it a resin statue? It's not resin, I don't think. It's a Mega House. Mega House isn't resin. But they're really good. They're all really good. It should come up with the rest of them here. Yeah, like there's this one. I could have bought this one many times. This one's really good. There's no way you'll find this one. There's just no way. I had the opportunity to buy this like many times, but I just thought it wasn't as good. Like it just wasn't hitting as hard. The resin ones are like way cooler, but resin's always like way more expensive. So you kind of just like, you got to cough up. This is the Ampharos I just showed you, but you won't find it for that much. This one's really good. When I was buying Ampharos and the, when I was buying the lightning type and the water type, I was looking for this, but this was sold out for reasons, obviously. It's very cool. Wasn't really that interested in this one. I'm not sure why this was $400. It's much bigger though. It's pretty cool. Search the Palk and Dialga. Ah, sorry. Master Ninja. What's good? Formula 1 man, what's cooking, bro? How you going, dude? You know, one thing that happened to me this weekend, which was really annoying. One thing that really pissed me off this weekend, my Monster Hunter save is potentially corrupted. I don't know if it is though, but I went to play on Friday night after a long day of grinding, and my game crashes, which is mentally devastating because I put in a lot of time this week into Monster Hunter offline because I didn't want to stream Monster Hunter because it's like, it's a game I kind of like play with my buddies. And in like the early game of Monster Hunter, it's not really that interesting to stream, at least for me. I can't really like fake being like, whoa, this is so cool, because I'm just like, I want to get to the end game. So it wasn't something I wanted to stream. So I just played it offline. Got to the end game, or, you know, close to, and tried to join up with my buddies. Game crashed. And then when I went to boot it again, I can't even get into the menu. But when I clear the save that I have now and start a new save fresh, the game loads. So I can't load it on my actual save that I've put like 25 hours into, which is very depressing. It's like a big first world problem, but it's like I put in 25 hours into a game offline. I'm meant to be editing videos. I'm meant to be streaming. I'm working. I got a family. I'm trying to like balance everything. And it was like my one guilty pleasure because I don't drink. I don't really gamble. I'm not a party boy. I just game. It was like my one thing. I'm praying that this patch that's coming tomorrow is going to fix up Monster Hunter Wilds, because I do want to stream it after I get through Elden Ring, but I don't want to do it unless it's like late end game content where the monsters are actually hard, and watching the fights is kind of interesting because it's like challenging. So I'm pretty pissed, but there is an update coming tomorrow that says that it should fix my issue. There are 2 issues with corrupted saves or saves not loading. It sounds like this patch is going to fix my one, but it could be the other one. And also the game is an unoptimized POS right now. So it's like ultra depressing that I cannot play it properly, but we move. That's my little vent about Monster Hunter Wilds. It's all good. There's nothing you can do about it, so you just kind of got to move on. it meant that I couldn't play it and get distracted. So I've been editing a lot this week. I put a short up actually onto the new jluv channel. So there's a new short that went up on that, and I'm gonna start pumping out content for this channel over the next couple of weeks, especially now that Blendy's on his way back. So keep an eye on that channel if you're not there, if you're not subbed there. But it did also go up on my TikTok. You guys following on TikTok? Any idea on stream schedule? Oh yeah, so while we're doing this like housekeeping update stuff, I think I worked out last week or the week before, stream schedule is probably going to change week by week. So life's not that rigid for me, obviously, with family and stuff. So rather than trying to make it rigid, set the minimum. We're going to stream, 3 or 4 days a week as the minimum. And then it's going to move depending on the week. And so at the start of the week, I'm going to post up on my socials what the stream schedule is like, so that you guys can see and map out. I think that's going to be the best way to do it, rather than say I'm going to stream on X day and then I don't, and then it gets confusing, and then we're back where we were last year. So kind of just me like working through semi part-time or part-time streaming, part-time to full-time. How's the prismatic situation there? Anyone got pre-orders for the super premium? I just give up. So I just like don't have the energy to care about like keeping an eye on pre-orders for English stuff. You guys know I'm not a big English collector, and so like it's just too hard to keep up to date with it. I always miss out on them. But I know that EB Games gatekeep their pre-orders now to level 5 members, and so that is where you traditionally will get a pre-order in at retail price, but now you don't get it anymore because level 5 EB World is only open to people that have spent X amount of money at EB Games over a X year period. So basically it just goes to whales. Everything just goes to whales these days. Literally every collectible is like targeted at whales. And if you want to enjoy it, you have to like become one or like cosplay as one. Epix, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hang on. I thought the spider was dead. The spider went into the background and then I let it be. So may have died behind that box, but I didn't want to like interrupt its process. So I don't know if I should have put it outside. I wanted to keep it inside because I thought maybe its web is here, but maybe it wasn't getting enough food because it's inside. So I don't know. Yeah, I can't beat bots. If eBay Plus, anyone can get it. It's $40 annual or something. I think it was limited to level 5 eBay though. I know that people do pick up packs of prismatic here and there around the country, but should have taken it out its misery. I ain't messing with the rules of nature. I ain't messing with the rules of nature. I'm letting nature do its thing. Bren said, I found your statue on Macari, 1477, but imagine the shipping. Maybe I'll get it when I come to Japan. I do want it, so maybe I'm going to get it when I come to Japan. I can take it back in my suitcase. Good night, meme seeks. Rest up, King. Get that leg better. You know what I'm saying. You know what I was trying to say there. There's an ad, so I'm gonna wait for the ad to pass before I go into my next diatribe. Because I don't want people to miss. There's people asking questions and then I answer them and then it's like, I missed it. There was an ad. Astro Luna, what's cooking? Finals? Are you talking about Vancouver? I'm on a detox of TCG. I'm taking a big, long, extended break from competitive TCG. I can't compete until May, so I'm not playing until May. Yeah, it seems like right now, one thing I've seen a lot of stores start doing, especially resellers, is like wall pre-orders behind membership, which I fucking hate. I really despise that. Because it's great if you got money, but if you don't, it sucks. It's like adding another subscription to people's lives. So I really don't like that. It only benefits the seller, really, at the end of the day. They make more money. People often forget to unsub from subscription services to stores. So
Pussio, My Little Pickle, Kombucha, D's Nuts. Have a
Harry
nice
West,
day.
thank you for the 22 months, King. Remember pre-orders? I remember pre-orders. Yeah, so one of my LGS gets so scummy. You pay $10 for a deposit, then pay market prices later on. It's exhausting. It is frankly exhausting. It's killing the vibe. Like, everything's becoming less and less fun. People are leaving. It's just, it's dying. Like, I would say that this is like a rot, like, the way I'd put it, I'd say the hobby is rotting. So I wouldn't say it's dying, I'd say it's rotting. So like, on the surface, it still kind of like looks okay and people are mostly having fun. But I think underneath it's rotting at the core. And that rot spreads out and out and out until eventually it just all shits itself and crumbles. I don't even know what's going on with Journey Together. I have like no idea what's going on with Sigma. This is what he's like when he's eating. I don't even know what did we give him this morning? We gave him oats this morning. I think yesterday he had sardines. Nah, you know what? Don't shush him. It's all right. So, don't shush him. It's fine. You can't shush a baby. He's unshushable. He is the loudest kid. When he starts talking, he's never going to shut up. I think he definitely takes after me in that regard. Buy Pokemon or food? What do you mean? Rip to new people. Well, it's just like, it's impossible to get. I don't even know what's going on with Journey Together in Australia. So I'm just accepting that it's a loss. We were all thinking it. He's going to be running his mouth on YouTube, getting into trouble before you know it. Yep, exactly. He's going to take after dad. Astro Luna, you had a kid as well? Congratulations. Everything went well, I'm hoping? I'm assuming everything went well. How cool is it? It's very different, eh? Since Pokemon is getting expensive, would you rather buy food or TCG? What? Well, I mean, you always have to buy food. You have to buy food no matter what. That's not negotiable. Where are you going with this one, Risa? I feel like singles will always be around though. Can always buy later, but sealed will probably stay expensive. Sealed? Yeah. Well, what's going on with singles? Like, singles out the gate, are they expensive? It's been a while, so we only really have Prismatic to work off of for English, and they were expensive. Have Prismatic singles come down? All right, I guess that's the question. What's up, Zero Intelligence? The Drowsy has started to dip. How much is it now in Australian? Remember when I didn't even play? I do remember, Astro. It was because of you and people like you, not meant to be in a bad way, that I started playing. It's really hard to like keep up with a competitive season this year because I'm missing a bunch of events because of family stuff. I didn't do well at LAIC, and then I didn't do well at Perth, and so I was like, it's kind of looking shaky. I'd have to like Wallet Warrior the rest of the season if I wanted to go to Worlds. So I don't think it's worth it. So I just like pulled back. I will be playing Melbourne Regionals though. So until then, I'm just gonna take a break. People are using singles as crypto. They'll always be volatile while those people are still around. Yeah, I feel like that's happening more to older cards and less to newer cards out the gate. Oh, this one looks good. Is crypto the worst thing to happen to the planet? You could argue it's one of the worst things to happen in the last 20 years. I think crypto just made like investing and speculating a bit easier. The barrier for entry lowered. It was always kind of there with stocks and day trading. It's the worst time to be a collector, for sure.
Pussyo,
Oh,
my
hands
little
down.
pickle, kombucha,
Metri, what's good,
these
dude?
nuts.
Thank you
Have
for
a
the
nice
prime,
day.
Metri. Thank you for 3 months of prime. What's going on, Metri? How you been, dude? Thanks for coming down. Terrible? You've been terrible. Why terrible, Metri? Come on, go on. Make the stream about you. What's this grading mess? It's pretty funny. I wanted to talk about it just because I did speak of tag last week, and so I felt it only made sense to talk about it in its entirety with what had happened over the last week or so. So excited to see Destined Rivals to be scalped like crazy. You know what I think is really stupid? The flip-flop. There was like a lot of people being like, it's over, Destined Rivals is gonna suck because it was called Destined Rivals and not Team Rocket. And then supposedly we've seen the display, we've seen what a booster box looks like, and it has a big fat R on the front of it with Giovanni on the box. And now all of a sudden we're so back. Like, we haven't even seen the fucking cards, dude. We've seen Hot Air Arena's cards, that's it, which look great. But people are judging the entire set off of what the display and the logo looks like, which just really says it all. Really says it all. What are you nerds talking about? Elijah, what's cooking, bro? People judged it on name alone, which is just, it's like I said, people aren't even collecting the cards. They're collecting the box. They're collecting the logo. This is why Japanese resellers started putting juice boxes in the boxes, because they knew half the people weren't going to open them. Let's have a look at some of the new cards. Well, actually, I want to look at this graphic because I thought this got me excited. We have seen a lot of the cards from Hot Air Arena. We've seen the full set. This graphic comes from a good friend of the okJLUV Discord. They're in a whole bunch of other Discords as well. What's up, Wong, man? Good to see ya. This is a list of the cards, everything after the main set, so art rares onwards. So these have all been revealed. These have sort of been calculated by Koala. Koala, the member of the Discord, that always puts graphics like these together, which are cool. Some people say that this takes the fun out of it, but I think this makes it more exciting because you get to just like know, right? So it's like, is it kind of spoilers or not? So we know that there are 5 more art rares to come just because of the placement of this stuff. An art rare Yanma, an art rare Shaman, which I think is really sick. This by Jerky, I really like. The Hydrapple. Very cool card. The Rapidash, I think, has got a bit of flack. Has Zachariah fixed this up? No, we're still missing the Rapidash. He's dropping the ball. Poker Guardian is dropping the ball. So this got revealed, I think, between last stream. Actually, a few more. I like this a lot. It's another card from Jerky. Jerky is a heater.
Because of the AI grading picks you get. Australia had a grading service like that too.
The Rapidash, I think, got revealed a few days
now, though.
later.
Card Traders Australia
Takumi is back,
CTA.
which
Their
is sick.
slabs even had steel-etched labels.
Billicus, good to see you. How you going? Takumi Wada seems to be a regular now. So it's like almost every set, they're getting at least 1 or 2 cards. God, this shit right here. You guys can't see it. It's just ridiculous. It's fucking insane, dude. Like, is this all? This is what our society has become. $1. $1. It's infuriating. $1. Crazy. Probably will be $1. And that's good. That's what we want. But yeah, Takumi Wada, the Zelda illustrator, Legend of Zelda key art direct, or one of the artists behind the 2010 era of Zelda artwork, key art, seems to be, even though in their retirement, they're retired, in their retirement, they seem to be drawing cards. 1 or 2 every set. Last card in Battle Partners they got was the Articuno. It was a common. Or an uncommon. When did the Rapidash get revealed? There's ain't no way. Wait, maybe the Rapidash was before. Dude, it's over. Poker Guardian, man. You did not post the Rapidash. No, it was... Oh, the Rapidash is old. This is from Rond. Not from Ren. This is from Rond. 2 different artists. Wasn't a fan of the Rapidash. Look, it's a bit different. It definitely could have been... It could have been more targeted at traditional collectors. Do you know what I mean there? Takumi Wada pretty much steered Zelda into the art direction it's in now, though, for sure. Defining illustrations. It's very different to like a traditional card. I think it's sick. And then we got this. We got this 2 days ago. So no Misty Pokemon has a SAR, but we do have the Cider by okJLUV. So this is probably going to be the best, or the chase AR from the set, I'd say. This and Ethan's Typhlosion. Yeah, Harry, this is a sick card. Like, it's really, really well done. Just really simple, 2, 3 tones. Blue, yellow, orange for Misty's hair. Like, very light. That's all it needs to be, though. Just great choice putting Misty underwater so that Misty doesn't dominate the card. Yellow, obviously, very, very, like, sticks out a bucket load. But Psyduck's head popping out as well. Just great juxtaposition. I like it. A lot. It's great. It really, like, it just adds depth. It's got depth. This whole card has depth all throughout it. What I really like about it is that you can see that Misty is well underneath Cider from above. It's just really well done. Really well done. You don't like it. Okay, so like the thing about art is that it's subjective. It's just so funny every time. When you see like people unanimously be like, it's fucking peak. And then someone's just like, I don't like it. Oh my God. Is she swimming upstream? I don't think that going up or downstream. I'd say it's still water. Psyduck is creating the waves and the ripples. Misty's Starmie CSR is better than Psyduck AR. I don't think I own a Japanese Starmie CSR, which is fucking annoying. I'd say it's one of the few Sword and Shield cards that I don't own. Really stupid. Or it could be in my mail somewhere that I have not opened. She's definitely underwater. Need to come to Melbourne for some shows. Wait, I'm in Melbourne. Wait, but you're in Tassie, aren't you? I can't remember where you are, Wong Man. New podcast when? I think we're due... Oh, you're in Arizona. What? Who's the guy in Tasmania? There's a guy that used to come in and talk to me about the EDM artist that's named after a character from The Godfather. I can't remember his name. Baby noises? You're always going to hear baby noises in the stream. It's just how it is. He's oohing and ahhing. He's playing at the moment with mummy. Show the baby? No, we're not showing the baby. Sorry, Zero. She should have been wearing goggles. I think the card's fantastic. I think it's going to be like the highlight art rare. It's going to be that and Ethan's Pichu and then Ethan's Typhlosion. For me, the Typhlosion is like the must-have. That's the card I'm most excited to see. I think this set overall is really solid. Like, I think overall the set is sick. You got 4 SARs, 2 of them are bangers, right? Straight up. Yanmega, Arven's Mabastiff, not as exciting. I think Misty not getting like an EX Mon and then subsequently an EX SAR is kind of like a weird. I think it's just like a weird decision. Especially considering like Game Freak will always put like chase hype cards that are meant to make collectors go goo goo gaga. Cuckoo caca. No. Goo goo gaga. To make them go like crazy. So that's kind of a weird one. Yeah, Mega could be cool. I mean, there's potential. Like, you can't shut down the card being good just because it's not a popular Pokemon. So, I mean, I understand why Arven got one. I just don't get why they put Misty in the set and gave Misty like a couple of like, why did they give Misty? Why is Misty in here if she's not all in? You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately now the set is basically just Cynthia, Ethan, and Arven. Is Misty that well liked? Well, yeah, popular Gen 1 trainer, but like, it's just weird that they're not all in. You know what I mean? It's just kind of odd. I think Battle Partners is really well put together. I was talking about this a bit last stream. I think this set is the one that's a bit weirder. Nevertheless, I think the cards in it are still really solid. So, as a whole, it's kind of like a bit awkward, but each card individually, like, I'm not going to ever say no to a Typhlosion art rare. So, I'm never going to say no to that. Thank God we got a second Crustle. Wait, is there already a Crustle art rare? Are we going into this like weird? Okay, so just like we don't need to like sexualize everything in Pokemon and have this combo. We're not talking about that. I saw this discourse on Twitter with the Lily stuff, which was like obvious baiting and obviously a weird thing to do, which should be condemned, but also like it was like obvious baiting. And people just like ran with it and were like, this is fucked up. It's like, yeah, we know that. Yeah, I mean, like the dude was like 1,000,000% baiting for engagement because that's all Pokemon card Twitter is right now. Pokemon card Twitter, like collecting Twitter, is just engagement baiting. The way that the posts, the tweets are written, nobody speaks like that in real life. Everything is like perfectly crafted and like curated and just written so that it gives maximum engagement. It's like the same conversation that we had like years and years ago. It just like keeps it's just fucking annoying. The bait was too cringe. The bait was so cringe that people had to take it. No Kanda or Komiya in the main set, so a Kanda Typhlosion AR could be insane. It's a good point. Depending on the artist, this could be a wild card. Get it? Wild card. Either's Pichu obviously has potential to go off as well. So, I mean, I reckon in 2 days we're gonna see. We're gonna work it out in 2 days. Today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll figure it out soon enough. One of the other things I want to talk about today though was this stuff with tag grading. I wanted to watch this because and I want to talk about it because I think it's important, because what had happened the last like month or so with tag gradings mix, I'm gonna say mix of like organic and inorganic advertising across the space was really weird. Nothing like that they're not allowed to do. Like, it's not like it's illegal or like they're breaking any laws or whatever. I guess it was more just like a weird kind of thing, a weird kind of approach between like the mix of like genuine like actual advertising and then like the inorganic or the organic that was like kind of suspect organic that you couldn't really tell was like real advertising, like real word of mouth, or just like not a result of like this new blue check mark or like, you know, authorized, what do they call it, like on Instagram, what do you call it? Like just check mark accounts that carry authority talking about this new grading service. TLDR, tag got like a lot of really good positive press very, very quickly and made its way, like made a bit of a splash into the scene. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like grading and this happening doesn't actually matter. So like whether people use it or not or like it, like it's just like it doesn't actually like change anything, because like it's not hurting anybody at the end of the day, because you can still like collect cards, grade cards, whatever, and like you can still engage in the space with or without a grading company. So, and I spoke about this a little bit last stream as well. Formula, you said you think it's legit. Like, it very well may be legit. You just don't know, right? But it gave people like, I think the thing is that it just kind of like gave people a bit of an ick. And so kind of like, it was just like kind of weird to start with, right? But yeah, I spoke a little bit about tag and like that phenomena. I think it's probably the best way to explain it. It's like, it was just like a phenomena. They just like kind of all of a sudden had like a lot of really positive press, and then a lot of people using tag, which then like snowballed, and then it was just like tag is so good, tag is so good. And I was saying last week, I think the slabs do look cool. But in grading, reputation is literally everything. Above all, I think. The reputation of the brand is the most important thing. So whether the slab looks cool, whether they have like a good database, or like it's easy to grade with them, or it's cheap, or whatever, or like they have fast turnaround times, I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is the name and the brand's reputation. Because if you don't have a good reputation, ultimately your company will fail, right? Like you won't gain the traction that you need. I think actually the best example of that, right, is ACE grading. So ACE grading started with like a pretty negative reputation, or like a less than ideal. It wasn't like ultra positive, right? People don't like the slabs for ACE grading. They think that they look silly. Like they don't like, there was like, oh, it's cool that like they can add like some customization to the label. And then people didn't like that it made things ununiform. And again, like that mix of like organic and whether it was like fake, genuine advertising that people were like getting paid for, or whether it was like real organic word of mouth, right? So like ACE didn't start, like it's been a rough journey for ACE. Because they're trying to build up their reputation, right? And that's a hard thing to do. And so anytime that your brand takes a hit in reputation, not just with grading, with like anything, it kind of like sets you back a little bit. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but this channel here, Ramsey Rips Packs, put up a video, and the video is actually really funny. There's like a lot of really funny parts in this video, right? Where he did like a big submission to tag, and then got the slabs, and then did like a review of them. But in the review, he essentially cracked the slab open with his hand with like very minimal force. So I'll let the video do the talking on this one. But I did want to speak about this just because I was talking, I think with like like with tag getting so much positive press, it's not that like it's not the tall poppy syndrome component of it where like they got too much positive press and they did one thing bad, therefore you got to smack them down. I think any collector that is like spending money grading cards should just know what you're dealing with, what each company is doing, because like I was saying in the previous stream, I think ultimately grading is just a wealth transfer tool. And so if you're using it to maximize like your returns or your profits from cards, then you want to make sure that you're doing that with a company that is going to be able to do that continuously in the long run and not just in the short term. And I think with tag, you kind of got to know this stuff has been going on because it should influence your decision to grade with them long term. So let's watch this video.
This is a lot of weight to it. It feels a lot of high quality, okay? Like I feel like I can squeeze this card and not... Actually, I think I just broke it. You hear that? Like I said, these cards are low-end cards. I am just testing tag, okay? Do you hear that? I cracked it. I cracked it just by pushing on it. You hear this? What is up?
So the rest of the video is basically him going through his return with tag, and he sent a bunch of good cards and then he sent like a bunch of whatever cards just because he wanted to get the slabs in hand to have a feel for them, right? So I think this video is just unbiased. Of course it is, because especially when it takes the turn that it does about 7 minutes in. But this is the kind of like really good publicity they got by having like a cool looking slab, fast turnaround times, and like cheap submissions, right? It's good to be skeptical, otherwise you get scammed. Well, yes, it's that, and then it's also like most people are grading to increase the value of their cards, and so you don't want to spend money, time, effort, etc. doing that with a brand that may not get you your best return. I get having slabs that show if they've been tampered, but we're talking slabs. Yeah, so we're gonna look at what he does. So basically, he goes through and he's like saying how
this is tag case. It even feels the same. This is just the same case they use for CGC. Okay, it's just a different tag. No pun intended. But yeah, this is just a CGC case. Actually, no, it's not. Listen, can you hear that? Listen. That's CGC. This is tag. And this is PSA. PSA is definitely the cheapest material. Tag is definitely the most highest grade material. Now, let's do a shake test, okay? Sometimes the cards aren't seated properly. Sorry for rambling. I'm going to open the other cards. I'm just testing here, okay? So I'm going to shake this card. Let me know if you hear anything. Definitely heard something. The card is not seated in there fully. There's definitely some looseness there. You can hear that. Okay. Now CGC, if you look at CGC, I don't know how well you can see.
So he's just shaking just to see if the cards move around. Most cards move around in slabs when you shake them. He goes back and forth with that, shakes them around, right? And then he starts talking about comparing the slabs.
Would say is the last number 3. It's the thinnest material. It's the flimsiest. Is CGC.
All right, now this is just actual, like this is art. What happens here? I'm gonna rewind it a little bit.
All right, so it seems like out of the 3, out of tag, CGC, and PSA. PSA, I would say, is the last. Number 3. It's the thinnest material. It's the flimsiest material. And the card has the most shake. Then, CGC. Pretty much the exact same case. A little bit more shake. But the thickness and the quality of the plastic, it's a little better. Tag, however, so far, just in my opinion, I think Tag has the best looking case. And the highest quality plastic. Okay? Now, if that doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter. So far, out of all of these, Tag is actually catching up in price. Recently, Tag 10s have been selling more than PSA 10s recently. So tag has potential here to take over. If you just look at these compared together, let me take these out of the...
All right. So it does this little comparison of which feels best, which feels sturdiest. PSA ranks last. Tag takes it at first, right? He goes a little bit further on, and then this happens.
Actually, I think I just broke it. This is a lot of weight to it. It feels a lot of high quality, okay? Like I feel like I can squeeze this card and not... Actually, I think I just broke it.
It's actually crazy. Like, you couldn't script this. Maybe you could. Maybe that's actually... Maybe it is scripted. But it goes just downhill from here.
Actually, I think I just broke it. You hear that? Like I said, these cards are low-end cards. I am just testing tag, okay? Do you hear that? I cracked it. I cracked it just by pushing on it. You hear this? Oh my god. Oh my god. I take back everything.
Okay, this is my favorite bit. Every time he does this in the video, I love this. You gotta, the way he is like straining to squeeze it.
Okay. 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 Okay, I take back everything I said. This is... I take it back. This is something else. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look how easy that was. Okay, I take back everything I said. This is... I take it back. This is something else. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look how easy that was. Look at this. Look at this. I just peeled this whole card out like it was nothing. Like...
Okay, so what's up, Nishi? Obviously, that is not cool, right? I think just at face value, I don't think you want the thing that is meant to be protecting your card forever in like pristine condition to ever do that. It's bad. It's not... I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good feature. I'll hone in a little bit more on that word feature in a second, right? But the rest of the video is just him going through and being absolutely like shell-shocked that this happened.
Like it was nothing. Look at this. I just took this apart with my bare hands like it was nothing. This is something that needs to be studied. Look at this. My card is now freely out. Again, I did this specifically to test. Okay.
By the way, I would actually watch this guy's streams. I'm subbing. I would actually watch this guy's streams because he's actually genuinely funny. I don't know if he's trying to be funny, but he's sounds very entertaining.
Okay. This is just for a test. I just cracked this case in half with one thumb. Look at that. That's insane. It was not sealed at all. Okay, I'm spitting venom right now. This has just turned into something completely different. I didn't even think I damaged the card. I'm gonna send this to PSA just to see what it gets, because that'd be pretty funny. But
I love that bit as well. I loved how he's just, as soon as he snaps the card, he's the card out of the slab, he's like, after saying PSA's quality is like the least out of the three, he's like, you know what? I'm going to actually send this to PSA straight away just because I think it's going to be funny. And that is why reputation is so important. Because even though the PSA slab, he ranked it the least sturdy of the three while reviewing, deep down, everybody knows that it's PSA or bust, really. Unless, as someone was talking a little bit about this earlier, you're getting like a black label BGS, right? PSA always fetches you the highest return, and grading for the most part is about getting a good return or protecting the card forever. But let's be serious. Let's call a spade a spade. It's a money thing with grading, right?
But
so the rest of the video is just him going through absolutely flabbergasted, and then he does it again with another card. So it's not just the one slab. It's not like it's just a one-off.
And cracking it open. Look at this. Look at this. This is not okay. Look, it's open. Look at this. Look at this. I just opened it. It's completely open with one finger, and I'm not the hawk. Look at this. Look at that. It's open. The card is out. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This is not okay. This is not okay. Now I understand that most people aren't going to bin their cards, okay? But if you put this in a book, your pocket, if you're traveling with these cards and they're not in like a steel case, they're going to break.
I'm not the Hulk. He goes through, I think he tries to break more PSA cards a little bit later on. He does it with like every single card.
It's completely cracked in half and open. Look at this. Look at this. I just got my card out. I just got my card out with no pressure at all. None. I barely touched this. Barely. Seriously, guys, I'm not hyping it up. I'm not trying to backlash. I'm not trying to shit on a company. I think Tag has some extreme potential, okay? I really like the company. I really like the technology they're using, but this is not okay. This case is not okay. If these were thousands of dollars in cards, I could have easily ruined my card just by barely touching it.
And I think that's like the biggest problem here, right? So basically he put this video up, and when did he put this up? A week ago. This happened a while ago now. So he put this video up a week ago. And then there's like a ton of discourse on it on his channel. Lots of people like being like, you know, thank you for calling this out, or like, it's not that big of a deal. Came for the review, stayed for the grunting. I'm not the Hulk. Why would anyone grade with Tag is beyond me. A lot of backlash here, right? A lot of people saying rip Tag. Okay. Adrian Jake, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, King. Tag is claiming slabs are built like that on purpose. Yeah, so we're going to jump into the next part of this, right? So, by the way, no official statement from Tag on their Instagram, which is like where majority of their comms basically happens. Like they have most of their comms on their Instagram page, whether it's a post or a story. There's nothing here now. They deleted a comment on that video. They deleted a few comments, but they did comment on the issue. But they didn't comment it. They commented on his video, but they commented in a Facebook group. You can see this comment here, right? That they initially put, and this is the issue that I have with the whole thing, right? Because like a slab cracking is like, okay, that's one component, but I think for me it was the response that like was kind of lame. So they said, we appreciate your feedback, but Tag slabs are specifically engineered to break upon tampering as a security measure to prevent counterfeiting and resealing, both of which are serious concerns in the industry. In your video, the slab performed exactly as designed, ensuring the integrity of the card and the authenticity of our grading. We do not have flips which prevent substitution counterfeit measures, and every slab has a proof code on the back, which can be digitally authenticated using the proof app, meaning Tag slabs are extremely secure. If additional physical protection is your goal, there are third-party solutions such as slab mags and other protective cases that provide an extra layer of defense against accidental drops or heavy impact. We invest heavily in the highest grade optically clear UV protected acrylic, setting a new standard for both clarity and quality in the grading industry. Other companies use much cheaper polycarbonates, not a premium grade
The
acrylic.
official statement, speaking Silette, I'm sorry your slab broke, and here's his 5 big booms, boom, 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 boom.
Thanks, ED. This is why our slabs are so clear. If you have any questions, we're happy to chat further. So,
Pussio, My Little Pickle, Kombucha, D's Nuts. Have a nice day.
lol, thank you for the Prime King. Thank you for the 24 months. How dare you show your face in here. Lol, thanks for coming down. Thanks for the 24 months, King. Thank you for the Prime. We got a Primer in the chat. Finally, content. I've been grinding, King. Okay, so thank you, lol, for 2 years of your Prime. I do appreciate that. That is a long ass time. Thank you, my king. So basically, Tag claimed that it's not a defect, it's a feature, right? So the slabs are meant to break like this as a defense mechanism against counterfeiting and re-slabbing, which I don't buy. And the reason why I don't buy is because if that was the case, they would have explicitly made that apparent when they reveal the product. It would be on their website. It would be part of their anti-counterfeit technology, right? Or their counterfeit, yeah, right? It would be part of their anti-counterfeiting technology. It would be a feature that they would speak and boast about, so that when you graded your cards with them, you knew that this is what you were getting, right? So that you knew that, okay, your slab is a little bit more fragile, but there's a reason for it. Then the customer fully understands what they're getting into when they slab and grade with you. This coming after that, I think, is damage control, right? I didn't like this. There's a lot that I didn't like here, right? I didn't like that they made this comment about if additional physical protection being your goal, that there are third-party solutions. I don't think a customer should ever have to go and get a third party to solve an issue with a product, right? Because if PSA slabs had been doing this for years, I don't think people would be using them. If you knew that there was a risk that your slab could break under a slight bit of pressure, people wouldn't use them, because the reputation, it would be in tatters, right? They wouldn't have built up the reputation they have now if they had such a flaw with their product. Especially if they were telling people that took issue with this supposed feature that they needed to go to a third party to rectify it. So that rubs me off the wrong way. The other part of this comment that I didn't like was this, that other companies use much cheaper polycarbonates, not a premium grade acrylic. This is why our slabs are so clear. Does anybody watch Severance? In one of the recent episodes, one of the characters gets a performance review, and one of the complaints is that he uses too many big words. Use simpler words. So this little dig at other grading companies, bringing someone else down or bringing another company down to prop yourself up, again, just rubs me the wrong way. This is about you right now, Tag. Like, when you're getting criticized, you got to wear it. You can't bring in whataboutism or like point at others, other flaw or others childish folly, right? You can't point at the deficiencies of other brands when your brand is being questioned. It just rubs me off the wrong way. And it's part of why I don't like, I just think Tag is like, they're definitely building a reputation for themselves, but I think most people, most like kind of like savvy collectors or collectors who have been around beyond this like current 1 or 2 year boom kind of see through it, which is good and like refreshing. It's not like we're like, oh, like we know better, like we're one step ahead of everybody else. I think most people can like kind of see through what is happening, which is that they're spamming good engagement and like good press and hiding the bad press and like really being in your face and stuff. But doing it this way where they're trying to like drag down or smear other companies while they're under some criticism just rubs me off the wrong way. But the big thing here is that it's just like, it's definitely not a feature when it comes out after the fact. Like, if it was a feature, they would be wearing it on their sleeve from date dot, but they're not. So they left this comment on the original video and then it got deleted, which is stupid. I think that is like really silly because once you post something on the internet, it is there forever. So deleting it is kind of dumb. It doesn't make it go away. If anything, it like magnifies it. It makes the situation worse. Adrian Jake, no prob. Hey, good to see you, man. I've been watching you on YouTube and following on IG. Thought to finally make an account on here and saw you're live. Thank you, King. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for the support. I have a tag slab and I want to test it out now. Well, don't do it on a card that's worth a lot or like that is like a good card. Because you know what's going to happen. It's probably going to snap.
So basically you mean Tag is being insincere?
Yeah, like it's disingenuous, right? Like it's coming after the fact. It's damage control. It got a little bit worse for them because this dude Ramsey, right, didn't see their comment and kept making videos, and Tag got like really upset about it. This was posted by Tag in a private Facebook group referring to Ramsey. We responded to this video immediately, providing a detailed explanation. However, while the user Ramsey Rips Packs actively engaged with many comments, they ignored our response. They were given 2 days to respond or pin the comment to help clarify the situation. They have also made an effort to post this video on many platforms. This selective engagement suggests an intention to misrepresent the situation and cause harm, which we certainly don't appreciate. So this is, for me, this is what I think. This is a company that wants to present itself as like ultra professional and very serious, that is being run by people with like massive egos that can't handle a little bit of criticism. So this is like this is like 0 to 10, right? There was every chance that the dude just didn't see the comment or was working. In this video on his channel, and I encourage you to watch his video. So his channel is here, Ramsey Rips Packs. And both videos are still on his channel. On this channel, he explains that he works full-time, most of us do, but that he can't take his phone into his job with him, so he just leaves it at home. And so, you know, he put this video up and then went about his life. Didn't see the comments because he's not terminally online, and not everybody is terminally online. That's fine, okay? But Tag was trying to make it out like he was selectively engaging with people on different platforms and trying to avoid responding to this comment on his video, which he explained was not the case. So again, like it was super weird for Tag to just go on the offensive and like start to then smear this guy's character, when the issue is not that he made the video talking about it. The issue is that the slab cracks in a really bad way that most collectors don't want their slab to do. So really aggressive, right? That he replied to, and because he then got added into that Facebook group and then was able to see it and reply. And they went even further because then he made a YouTube short. He made a short that then got taken down, from what I understand, that he took down. Commenting this again on your video, even though you continue to inaccurately represent that we purposely make our cases fragile, which is false. Once again, Tag slabs are specifically engineered to break upon heavy tampering like this as a security measure. In your video, the slab performed as designed, ensuring the integrity of the card. Again, here's this comment about other companies not providing this. There is digital counterfeit authentication which other companies don't have. You are confusing welding strength with flimsiness. If you take those 3 slabs to any plastic manufacturer and ask which material is objectively higher quality, more UV protection, optically clearer, and more expensive, they will tell you unequivocally the Tag acrylic. I don't know what you are trying to prove here, but we certainly don't appreciate you posting this video all over and not responding to our comments or pinning it for visibility. Bad business. So again, I really, really dislike that Tag were painting this guy as the bad guy when he's the victim, because he paid for a product to perform in a certain way. He had an expectation. The product didn't meet the expectation. Most collectors agree that this is not good, but they continue to paint him as the bad guy because he didn't respond to a comment immediately and wouldn't take the videos down or sing their song, basically, which isn't how it works. So their response to the situation, instead of like owning it and wearing it on their sleeve, is to smear this guy and like ruin his character, right? Put his character into question. And the way they do that is by using really big words like unequivocally, optically clearer. I mean, these aren't exactly big words. I don't think these are big words, right? But they're using very strong, commanding language in their responses to make themselves look smart and professional, right? And making him look silly and like the bad guy, which I really don't like. It's just the wrong tone for this. So in the end, right, he took down the short. that they were upset about, because the short, I guess, had the most, like, was most likely to go viral, which is what they were scared of, because, you know, like I said, reputation is everything. But this is what kind of kills me, right? Is that Tag love, like, posting stuff like this when everybody is patting them on the back, right? So when they're kicking goals and, like, everyone loves them, and they're getting pats on the backs, they post, like, you know, stuff like this. Like, it's just, they're kind of like, I can't say it because we're gonna put the VOD on YouTube. It's gonna be crude. But they're super keen to, like, say how great of a job they're doing. But then when they come into question or there's some criticism, they duck it. So, like, I think what they're trying to do, these are all my takes, right? This is just my perception of the situation, is that they're trying to just deal with this as under the rug as they possibly can. So, like, I think they kind of just want to have this be addressed on this channel because it's a small channel. They're trying to contain the situation, right? And address it here and hope that it just goes away and continue writing all the positive, cool momentum, you know? Because you don't see anything on their story about this situation. You just see stuff that people are posting talking about how good they are and how, like, they're going to come, like, you know, you got accounts saying they're going to come and start using them, right? Or people, like, posting and adding tag grading, and then they put that in their story. Like, they're only sharing, like, the good positive stuff, and I don't like that. They're kind of obfuscating the situation, and they're not owning it, and they're hoping that it goes away, which is why I did want to talk about it today on the stream, because, like I said, at the end of the day, you can still collect Pokemon cards and, like, do whatever, and all this stuff doesn't actually impact you, right? But I don't think it's right that companies sort of operate like this and this stuff goes under the radar and it isn't actually properly addressed. I haven't seen them address this publicly yet, which annoys me. I feel like they should own something like this. I don't think it's a good feature if your slab breaks like that. I would be pissed, because that's a level of pressure that could happen at any point, right? That's something that somebody could do to you as a prank at, like, a con, or if you, like, let's say you're holding something and you trip and you, like, you know, you suddenly, let's say you're walking, right? Like, let's say you're walking and, like, you've got it in your hand and then you trip and you, like, you know, you brace yourself, so you squeeze whatever it is in your hand and then you crack it, right? Like, that's the kind of, they're saying that it's, like, counterfeit. It's, you know, an anti-counterfeit measure, but it's something that can happen in an everyday setting.
What's the most pirate-like Pokemon?
I don't know, Mo. What is the most pirate-like Pokemon? It's something that can happen in an everyday setting, and it's more likely to happen in an everyday setting than it is versus somebody trying to counterfeit the product.
Arceus.
Arceus. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Nice, Mo. So, yeah, like I said, it's not the end of the world, because grading is, like, a luxury, so it's a want, not a need, right? As is most of this stuff in the collecting space. But I just don't want to see it just get swept under the rug and then nobody, like, people only remember the good stuff. You got to take the good with the bad, and that's part of building your reputation. And it's why I don't think tag is really going to go the whole way. Like, I don't see tag overtaking PSA in terms of pedigree. It could get close. But it's like the same with, like, CGC, right? So, like, CGC's reputation is in the bin with the alpha playtest stuff. And rightfully so. They made a huge mistake. And so their reputation's in the gutter. And so they lose pedigree. Tag doing a really good job at, like, hiding the situation, so not putting it in the public eye. I mean, if they keep doing that and people keep talking about only the good stuff, maybe it'll work and they'll be rubbing shoulders with BGS and PSA. Yeah, I mean, like the alpha playtest stuff is unforgivable for CGC. I don't know how they could ever possibly recover from that. So yeah, that's just that. I don't know. I think there's like a lot of this happening in the space right now. There's like a lot of, you were saying like bad actors, or there's just like there's a lot of disingenuous characters in the space right now. And ultimately it just makes it feel a little bit more lame. So that's my take on it. I thought it was worth talking about, just because I did kind of speak positively about their cool looking slabs, because the slabs do look cool. But if they break like that, then their performance is dog shit. So bad faith actors. Yeah, it's the same kind of terminology, right? I have lost a screen. Oh, here we go. Got it. Lots of snake oil salesmen in the space right now. 100%. It just makes the whole place a little bit less fun. This is why I was talking a little bit earlier about how I don't think the hobby is dying or the space is dying. I just think that there's like an underlying rot. And then this kind of stuff is part of that rot. You know? So a lot of people were kind of annoyed that he apologized and took the video down. And you know what? I think he shouldn't have either. He should have left it up. But I think maybe he got threatened with some kind of legal action, and so he kind of had no choice. Because that is kind of what happens to people. Unless you're in a position where you can kind of like wear that legal burden or that baggage in your life, it's better to just... There's no point dying a martyr. You know what I mean? You just take the video down and move on. He took the short down. And like, you know... Look, in the video, he didn't hold his ground. Like, he doesn't hold his ground in this video. He kind of like walks a lot of stuff back, which I think is wrong. But you know what? You know what's great though? Like, the comments on this, most people have the same kind of view that we have here and that I've got here. It's just like, what is it going to... Is all the positive press that is like questionable, whether it's real or artificial... Is all that positive press going to drown out these genuine criticisms that people have of Tag? What's Kojimbo? Oh, there's a new Death Stranding trailer. I'll watch that after stream. So yeah, interesting situation. I will continue to be grading my cards with PSA just because it's the industry standard. I'm not saying PSA are perfect. Every grading company has their issues. But I would say that first and foremost, like quality and sturdiness of your slab has to be at the forefront above all else. You know, you can have all these cool bells and whistles with AI grading and all this stuff that you're offering with the QR codes and whatever. But at the end of the day, if your slab is cracking under a little bit of physical pressure, if me doing this is going to break a slab, like your product is dog water, you know? If this could break by me just like squeezing it, your product is absolute dog water. Absolute dog water. It's not a counterfeit. It's not a counterfeit measure. Also, I would say, right, so this was the other thing, right? If we want to get like super technical, right? So in their video, right? In their comment, I'm gonna say, they say that it is a measure to prevent counterfeiting and resealing, both of which are serious concerns in the industry. So I would argue that Tag's processes in-house should be so on point with the way that they grade the card, scan it, the centering of it all, like they take all the photos, etc., that you should be able... There should be some other measure in place beyond the slab just disintegrating before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, something has to happen where, like, they put, like, they print something along the edge of like the slab where it's likely to, where the points of like connection between the back and the front of the slab, right? That something is like actually printed along there that you can scan that won't scan if it's ever taken apart. Like there has to be some kind of tech there with their printing, with their whatever, the way that they print within the slab. I feel like there has to be some kind of way where it's like almost like a security seal, right? PSA just added something like that with the text on the edge. PSA has arrows for alignment. Well, there you go. Remember, and maybe I should have said this at the start before I started speaking about this, is that I'm not fully in the grading scene, right? So I don't know all of the ins and outs, but I shouldn't need to know all the ins and outs to know that this is not good enough. So I'm happy to be educated along the way. I would love PSA to do a rebrand, but they have no reason to. Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't have a reason to, right? Also, there's going to be like a lot of old heads that would not like a rebrand from PSA. People like it just being traditional in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't buy the it's a feature. I just don't buy it at all. And for a company that is, you know, respectfully doing a lot of cool stuff, innovating stuff in the space, they dropped the ball there. What's up, Effects Ball? I bet PSA love this video. They don't have to worry about tag market capture. I think the thing is that there are always going to be new grading companies coming into the space, you know, and so I don't think PSA or BGS are ever really feel like really threatened. There's a possum. That's cool. I don't think PSA ever really feel threatened by this though. I think PSA have already done their hard work. They just need to maintain that's the whole thing with PSA is they kind of just need to maintain their reputation and they're going to be fine. They don't need to keep doing innovative stuff. As long as every time something that could hurt the reputation of PSA, every time something like that happens, they address it, they're going to be fine. So PSA raised their prices, Big J, what will I do? Stop grading cards. To dethrone PSA, the company has to be technologically driven and perfect in every way. PSA is the McDonald's of grading. Would you say it's the McDonald's? They're kind of just like the go-to. They're just the tried and true. Isn't McDonald's the go-to? Poor. I don't know if McDonald's is the go-to. How do we rate this to CGC's latest debacle? I think CGC's is way worse. CGC's is way worse than this, right? CGC's is diabolically bad. It's like there's no coming back from CGC's. This is pretty bad. This kind of makes tag look like a flash in a pan kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they came, they blew up, they dropped off. CGC authenticated and graded all the alpha beta playtest cards that ended up being printed from a printer in 2024. You can fix a bad case, but you can't regain trust about the core of your service. Well, I think like the thing is all of these slabs pre this issue are flimsy and like can break. So like it's going to be a thing now that people are going to talk about every time you talk about tag. And it should be that all these like really cool slabs that are, you know, like this freaking 10 Rayquaza Pikachu promo, poncho, you know, all these amazing cards, right? Anthony Davis, kaboom. You can just go like that and then they'll snap. I feel like tag is more disappointing. That's crazy. I think, dude, the alpha playtest stuff with CGC is like diabolically bad. That is a deception that I think you need to like go back and like really think about how bad of a deception that was. You have one of the original creators of the Pokemon TCG signing fake printed off from a printer cards that CGC are then authenticating as legit. It is diabolically bad on so many levels. Tags is just like, oh damn, it could have been cool if this company like blew up, but I guess they won't. It's nowhere near as bad. It's still bad. We're arguing over whether getting poop on your face is worse if it's a solid poop or if it's diarrhea. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Yeah, tags is disappointing. I think it's good. I don't want to, like, I think it's good that innovators come into the space because it forces established brands and like services to then have to adapt and respond or like improve their services to stay competitive, right? Because I think being complacent and comfortable is ultimately bad for the consumer in any space. So we should be inviting companies like this to challenge that. But they've just got to do it in the right way. And I think giving them a pass for this kind of stuff is wrong. And I think that they should definitely have been questioned in respect to that massive wave of publicity that they had. Because I think it's really easy to be deceptive in this day and age and present what looks like organic word of mouth and positive press as just that, when in reality it's like astroturfing and it's been paid for and it's not real positive engagement. You can't trust CGC again. I don't think you could ever trust, and I don't think you ever should trust CGC again. Excuse me. So that's pretty much where we're at. Oh. All right. Time to grade my entire collection with CGC. You absolute mad lad. Why would you do such a thing? Why, Elijah? I have like 2 cards that I want to grade with PSA. They're both in America. And they're both Poncho Pikachus. And the only reason I want to grade them is because I want to sell one. I really need to get onto that. I need to send the card to somebody who's in America that can then send it to PSA for me and not rob me. My Neo Genesis Lugia CGC 9 is crying right now. Yeah, my Alola friend's CGC 9.5 is also crying. I need to crack it and send it to PSA.
I'm gonna say it.
What do you really need to be said? What is it that needs to really be said?
I like some of the CGC slabs.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can say that the slabs look cool, but like, you can't say that the company has like a good reputation. I need to get this regraded. Or maybe I just need to crack it out of the slab. Who knows? I don't think this slab looks better than this. Like, the thing that kills me with CGC slabs is this stupid number not being central in this box. I know that this is their old slab, but it looks so dumb. Looks so goddamn stupid. What about Deep Pocket? Dude, I can't send my... That dude's got enough going on in his life. The last thing he wants to see is me asking him to grade a Poncho Pikachu. If I don't want to do it, what makes you think he'd want to do it? I saw a video of an account that I follow on Insta talking about what they do behind the scene, like behind the scenes at blah blah blah, and it's just them all playing poker. And I was just like, yeah, it's about right. Pretty much everybody's just a gambler in this space right now, on the high end of it. And yeah, it's less about the card, and it's all about this. It's all about this thing, baby. Nah, I'm not gonna annoy people I don't know. I'm gonna annoy people that I do know, like Effectsball. Grading has addicting vice. What does that mean? Gambling has addicting vice. Wait, what? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying something else? Are slabs actually... ARS slabs are actually visionary for putting the grade behind the slab. ARS is the Japanese grading brand, right? ARS slabs. I wrote ARS slabs. Yes, they are. I like these a lot. Every time I see these, I think these are really cool. I always think these are really cool whenever I see them. Yeah, these are sick. I just see grading as a tool to buy more of the stuff I want, I guess. Well, son of a merc, I was talking about this last stream and this stream as well. Like, grading is just a wealth transfer tool. So if you're going to grade cards, you want to be doing that with the company that is going to net you with the best return. People, I think, got really hot on tag because the turnaround was really good and tag 10s were selling for a lot, like close to or more than PSA 10s. So that is partly why I think it got so popular so quickly, because you were able to like you like printing money basically when you were grading high-end cards like these, right? That will all come into question now with this issue. Yeah, but these look so sick. I like these. The entire Pokemon market is speculation driven. Yep. It's all, right now, it's just all value, value, value. It's just how it is, so what can you do? I should grade some stuff with these guys though. But see, the thing is, like, when I grade, like, I don't have anything that I really want to encapsulate. I don't know. Also, grading from Australia is like really difficult. Well, not difficult, but it's just like a pain in the ass. Here we go. This is what I wanted. This is smart. They put the grade on the back. It's smart. So at the front, you've got to look at the card. It's genius, really. Graded with ARK recently. Dude, I still got to send you that card. I should do that tomorrow. I'm sending some stuff out. Andy. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. I mean, I've got like my Umbreon VMAX, Sylveon VMAX, Leafeon VMAX, 2 Grand Zenith Gold cards that I'm going to send to grade and then sell because I want the money to do other stuff. So, because they're English cards that I don't really care about. I could sell them raw, but I'm going to make more grading them, so I'm going to grade them. Someone's going to buy them. I might as well profit off some like investor flipper bro at a con right now. You know what I'm saying? if they can afford to buy it, and this might sound harsh, but if they can afford to buy it, they can afford to lose it. Because if you can afford to buy a $2,500 card, then you can afford to lose it. That is not something that the average collector is doing. And I would argue should be doing. I would argue it's something that I would argue that they should not be doing that. Because it's very dangerous. Well, when everything could probably go balls up at any point. And with that, I am going to be moving into Elden Ring. So it is time for us to move on from the grading discussion chat. I will be continuing the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring run is what I meant to say.